You once told me colors and abstract art are your passion.
Yes.
You dislike descriptions, and even though your paintings are silent, there's a thread that links everything together. And that, can you talk to us about the process?
Yes.
The choice of color. Is the color guiding you? Because I see also a lot of fresh brushwork as well.
Yeah. Color in this one, in this series, all three of them, was the main, if you want, instigator. It was the main force behind the work. I wanted to see how far I can go with color. The palette did not change very much, really. It is how you use the color, it is how transparent or how thick or how intense. But the colors really did not change. It stayed the same. So with me, color is very important in showing the light in the painting, to show the daytime, if you want, the space, the air. I don't use color. I don't use like light that changes the color to show us how sunny it is.
Yeah.
I don't do that. I don't think I ever did that. I'm more into the color itself soaked in the painting without the shadow, without the casting shadow that will show us how sunny it is or how bright it is. So the colors are very, very important. And the color in this series really was the reason how the shapes were formed, how the space, in layering, how the space is done, and it took care of everything. Now for the brushwork, because when I'm starting with a very transparent layer, but at the same time the color is very strong, and I will match that color. I'll try to match that color, which is the color over the white surface, which is really fresh. I try to keep that freshness going by combining so many colors too, so it will match. And also, I would use transparent brush strokes, so it will have coherence, so it is not done in a way that it is separate, so there will be unity in the composition in the paint.
It's basically, is the color guiding you here?
Yes, the color does that. The color dominates what is the dominance in this painting, and I take it from there. I take it from there, and I either do something to support it or to contrast it or whatever. It tells me what to do.
Very interesting. Thank you. Can you talk a little bit about your fourth series, Borders and Identity? Although the series has a physical meaning of destruction and despair, I still see hope in the work. So it is also important to mention that you intend to donate 50% of the total proceeds from this series to the Dr. Ghassan Abu Satta Children's Fund.
Yes, that series was a very hard time for me. It was like the first month of the invasion of Gaza, and seeing the brutality. I wanted to express that. I wanted to paint that. Because that was the only way for me to deal with it, as an artist, as a person, as a human being, what I'm gonna do with all these emotions. So I did this series, and it is about destruction. It is about when I say borders and identity, it is about changing borders. Israel is the only country in the whole world that does not have definite borders. So when the borders change, it eliminates identity. When the border change, it changes us by a complete destruction of the place and lives lost, and homes lost, and dreams lost to be replaced with a different identity. So this series, I also started it the same way of making the canvas very wet and using liquid paint at the beginning, using China ink. But the color black became more and more. The black just like, whoa, would run all over the place, you know? And so it gave it that darkness. But because there are other colors too, the yellow and, you know, and the pink and others. So I kept those, you know, to give it this contrast, okay, and to give it this sky. Now the sky, for me, the sky it's ethereal, and to me, it's spiritual. And if it is spiritual, well, it's gonna be, you know, hope. It's gonna be that part that we wish, you know, as a human being, you know, of better, kinder time. So having all the time a horizon line, I think it's important in the painting to do that. And I used a lot of ink in that and lots of drawing in it, and I used a lot of powdered charcoal and powdered graphite. So I would cover it and then I would erase it. I would scrape the paint. I would scratch it. I would do all that, and I will. I mean, the border also were done, if you want, like violently, because they were done with material from a rope that I took it apart and I dipped it in the paint, and I will just slash it to get those vertical and horizontal that gives us a map. Like, although the view is not aerial, but the border, they are aerial. They're just flat on the top of everything. It's just like another plane, another identity, another vision over the place, over the space that was created. It's superimposed. So that's border and identity.
Super. How do you want viewers to interact with your work? Do you want each viewer to see differently? Do you encourage them to think and feel more? Because when I look at your painting every day, I see something new. And to me, that's the beauty of art.
Yeah, the viewers were super. They got it. They got the joy in euphoria. They got that feeling, the uplifting feeling. They like the transparency. They like the layering. They look at it and they see shapes and they see things that I don't see because of the transparency. There is that shifting that happens in the plane, you know, because they are overlapping each other. So it depends how you're looking at it. If you're looking at it from right to left, from left to right, from down to upward or upward, you will see different things. And because of the layering, you would notice something in the background. And if it is like a lighter color, it wants to come forward. So you see it all of a sudden, you know. So I mean, I have seen so many things I did not see before. So everybody that came, they saw things, and you could feel that they felt how I was feeling the happiness. And with shared perspective, I mean, they would tell you that, you know, that looks familiar to me. That place looks familiar to me. That I've been there. I saw that. I walked that street, you know. And the nicest thing somebody said about one of the paintings, she said that this is Beirut. I could see the past, I could see the present, I could see the future. I could see it. It's timeless Beirut. And like, you know, like, wow, you know. Yeah. I mean, I would talk about these things like this, and she got it without me talking about it. So yeah, and with Restless, also they would feel that, yeah, that anguish, they would feel that restlessness. But as I said in my, you know, in the catalog, yeah, yeah, the idea, you have to make it beautiful, the painting, and showing that restlessness in that beauty. It is not you giving them my feeling for it to carry it. It's putting it in a beautiful way so they can see it. Otherwise, it would be like screaming at them, and I don't like to do that. I scream a lot, but I don't like my art to do that. I want my art to be really art, and have that feeling. If it is anguish, if it is restlessness, to be there without really hitting them in the face, so they see it slowly and slowly, but they can admire the beauty in the paint and what paint can do. It's the same palette that did Euphoria.
Yeah, I agree with you. Very beautiful. Ghada, your entire life journey has brought you here. So what is your next project?
My next project, I always have constraints on the work, limitation. Because like everything is so overwhelming, there's just so much, you know, there's so much beauty, so much color, so much. So I have to have constraints. And my next show would be, I don't know how the painting they're gonna look like, but they're gonna be more abstract. I don't know how I'm gonna approach them. I have no idea yet, but I know they're gonna be abstract. Now, I will start here in Lebanon before I leave. Some of the work, so it would be like my guideline. And I'm gonna go to certain spots and stand there with my canvas and with my paint. And I want to make a totally abstract painting. Mm-hmm. You know, no reference to the trees or to the houses, but they're gonna be there in color. The color is gonna be there, the green is gonna be there, the red is gonna be there. But how it's gonna look, I don't know. I'm going to see the result of that, and this is how I'm gonna carry the rest of the series.
Beautiful, beautiful. Ghada, thank you so much for being here. Really, you are an amazing artist, and just like an extension of the work. Congratulations.
Thank you, Noha.
My pleasure.